everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to another edition of the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusty co-host, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
This is episode 95. Oh, 96?
Yes.
Whoopsie. Oh, well, it's episode 96. I have nothing to rhyme with 6. What rhymes with 6?
Pick up sticks.
Oh, God. Episode 96, pick up sticks. Get your fix with 96. There you go. So what are we talking about today, Stu?
All right. So we had a question on the Jim Edwards Method group. Sorry, Sales Copywriting, Content Marketing Hacks group with Jim Edwards.
Yes.
Anyway, it was a good question because let's see who posted this. Oh, it doesn't. I can't remember. All right. So anyway, I just joined Jim Edwards Method, and I feel like I'm in a candy store. Yes. So too much information available. I don't know where to start. Can somebody please help me? I want to create a short sale book or a guide for real estate, but I'm not sure which wizard to use.
Okay. So that's a good example of when you have a membership site or you have anything when people buy, and Vicky's already beating me to the punch. She's like, recipe book. This is one of those things that you always need to have some sort of a quick start guide when people are joining anything, especially if it's beyond just an ebook or something that's obviously self-contained and it's all kind of there. So one of the things that Stu and I did and spent a lot of time on and are continually evolving inside the Jim Edwards Method Premium is making it easy for people to find what they need to find. But also what happens though, and this will happen to you if you have a membership site and you have it for a while and you keep adding stuff to it, eventually it's like, well, I know where it all is. You know where it is, but as new people come in who haven't been there the whole time, don't know where everything is. So you have to keep that in mind. On the flip side, on the customer side, it's your responsibility to a degree to understand what you want to get done. So when you go into a membership site or you go into any kind of a resource thing, you need to have a focus or a filter of I'm here to do this. So the person that asked the question, I want to create a book about this. Great question. You know what you want to get done. So if we jump over into the Jim Edwards Method Premium real quick, and I'll show you some stuff. I'll show you how we have it organized. So maybe it'll give you ideas for what you can do. So the number one thing you should do in a membership site is make sure that you have a welcome video. Just a quickie, hey, you're in the right place. This is the first thing you should do. This is what you should pay attention to. This is what's available for you. And we kind of have two of those. We have the kickoff, the welcome thing, and then we have an orientation video. Then we have the latest thing that's available. So every month this one changes. We'll show you, here's the latest training this month. Next month, actually next week, which is for this current month. Next week on the 18th, we're doing a training on how to make your Kindle book or your Amazon book and a #1 bestseller. So that's going to be next week's training. Now, this is the one, and when I was looking at this, I realized that we need a little image here. Where do I start? It's always good to have words, images, calls to action. So this first one, though, where do I start? Download the recipe book. We actually, and this is my fault, we don't push this enough, but we actually have an entire recipe book in here to help you do. You like that, Stu? You're jealous you don't have a little character like that. We need one for Stu. All right. But this basically shows you, hey, I want to build my subscriber list. What does a recipe have? It has a list of ingredients and then it has instructions. So I want to build my list. Well, step 1, get a headline. Step 2, create your sales copy. And then we have related training. All of these are clickable. So if you click this, you can like list building from scratch, how to succeed in marketing with no list to start. So book writing. So here's the one you need. I need a cool title for my book. Okay, well, here are 3 different things to help you create the title for your book. I need to create a nonfiction book. So once you've got your title, you want to create a nonfiction book. Again, you can use these to create a book title. You can use the 3-hour Kindle book wizard to get your book created, which I would really encourage you to do. We used the 3-hour Kindle book wizard to get Stu his first Amazon bestseller, didn't we?
We did.
So, and then there's a whole training on how to use that. So this is the one I would recommend that you do, and watch the training, use the wizard, and you will be able to. People are freaking out about this. So obviously I've not made a big enough deal about people using the recipe book. Okay, now I got my book. How do I promote it? Well, I want to make money with my book. Here's 34 ways to make money with your book. Here's how 17-minute book marketing, 10 ways to market your book in 17 minutes a day. Also, another one for how to put tripwires and lead magnets in your Kindle books. So, and then we have a training on anatomy of a book launch. So, content creation and content marketing. So we've got a bunch of these in here to show you what to do. And I take responsibility for, if you didn't know that we had this, that's my fault. It's not your fault as a customer. I have to take responsibility. But there's a ton of stuff in here to show you how to put these together. Now, we're working on another way to explain this that I will share. We're going to have a supplement to this where we're going to add process maps. So keep your eyes open for that. Not sure I understand the question, Brian. So next thing, you have access to all the past trainings from the Jim Edwards Method Premium. So you can click that. And this, we have a search function, but basically you can go back month by month and see all the trainings that we have done on various topics. And, there's a ton of them. Could they be organized a little bit better than the way they are here? Yes. We're still always trying to figure that out, but there's a ton of them in here.
Your menu on the right is pretty self-explanatory as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got all this, but the TNR Vault is the next one where this is a sign up for next month's training. We got the Gold Vault, which is like 10 years of my other training that is actually organized into different categories. So mindset, mental roadblocks, and there's a bunch more. These are the highlights: market, product creation, content creation. I mean, I've been teaching a masterclass every month for decade and a half. Copywriting, and I always try and make everything evergreen. So there's a ton of stuff in copywriting, email marketing, ton of stuff on traffic, conversion, mechanics, list building, and there's more than just what you see there. So the one negative, I'll just say, is that no matter how hard you try, it's never organized enough. Just saying, but we do the best we can. We also have, you get the DIY Media Marketing Academy, which was, Stu and I did this for a couple of years. And so you get the foundations training. It's all based on our book, DIY Media Marketing. And then you get all the monthly trainings that we did. So that's pretty cool. And you get access to the Distraction Zapper. You get access to, which is a Chrome plugin that's really cool. You want me to show you how it works, Stu? Pretty neat. So what it is a lot of times we just get busy. So we don't want to get distracted by stuff. So let's say I wanted to, the stuff that distracts me is like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google Mail. Okay, so those you can add, if there, whatever site distracts you, if there's a news site or something like that, you can add it, save it, and then you can say, okay, I want to not have a distraction for 5 minutes. So I click start, and then it has a countdown timer here for me. Now, if I try and go to news.com, google.com, it should have blocked it unless, oh, mail. That's okay. That's a good example. If it's not in here, it's not going to get blocked. Put in news.google.com and we'll start over. So we go, oh, the funny thing is I pretty much trained myself not to need it. So no, I'm being serious. I mean, you just train yourself to not need the thing after a while. So we got it here, and let's say I want to go to news.google.com. It won't let me go there. So it gives me that extra little thing. Like if I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be working on this, but let me go check Facebook real quick. Nope, it blocked Facebook. So it's that extra little thing to, okay, I better go keep working on my thing. So, and then you can change this message. So if you want to make it more personal or something like that, it's just a neat little program that I had designed for me that I said, you know what, I bet other people would like it. You get access to all the downloadable wizards, including super keyword scraper, tag post wizard, easy sales copy wizard. You get access to all of those. So the biggest thing is just keeping it organized and knowing what you want to get done. You get access to the, I think we counted this up. It's 69 easy online wizards we have now. The only person that uses these wizards more than me is Stu. And then he's like texting me late at night. He's like, "Hey man, look at this." And then we have and then we have the classic edition of How to Write and Publish Your Own ebook in 7 days. And then right over here, we have, you can get access to the entire workshop that we did, links to all the wizards that we talked about in order for each one, and some other stuff. And then this is funny. My book got rejected, so I had to make some changes to it and got it accepted. So I'm adding stuff to it. I'm going to make another video when we're done with showing that it actually getting accepted by Amazon. So anyway, that's there you go.
You know what? My recommendation is this: is don't look at it as overwhelming. I saw a couple content or comments in there saying that it's overwhelming when you go in there. Think of it, you got to change that overwhelming and just realize there is a bit of sensory overload that occurs when you go in there because you have so many options, but just hit one thing at a time. I start off with a title, and then I go and I already know what topic I'm going to write about. So then I go in and see, I wonder if this one will work well with this, and just use, instead of putting in a lot of your own stuff, just use the already demonstrated ones that Jim has in there, right, and look at the outcome and say, that's exactly what I need. Now I just need to fine tune it for what I need to do.
Right.
And then it just saves you a whole lot of time and effort.
Right.
You didn't waste any time picking the wrong wizard because it's not going to pump out a nice article for you or whatever. So
right. When you were in school and you went to the library, you didn't walk in the library and say, I got to write a paper. You walked in the library and said, okay, I got to do a report on X. I got to write a paper on this. I got to do some research on this. Because that's the first thing the librarian would ask you. Say, I'm here to write a paper. Okay, what's your paper about? And that's going to be the first thing they're going to ask you, other than to go, shh. So that's a great point, Stu. So well done on that. So I would just say there's the other thing. This has nothing to do with what we just talked about, but it has everything to do with you getting the most for your money out of anything you do, your time and your money. There are always two learning paths in anything you do. There's the doing it, and then there's the how it's being done. So you can learn a lot from the Jim Edwards Method Premium, good and bad. I'm not saying it's perfect. You can learn a lot from Stu and myself. I'm not saying we're perfect. Not just from what we teach you, but by watching how we teach you. What tools do we use? What methods do we use? What's the sequence? What's the framework? How are things organized, whether it's the webinars or the websites or the tools that we use? You've seen a progression for us of tools over the years. If you've watched, before it was us figuring out how do we do stuff live on Facebook together, or how do we create a podcast? And it was Zoom. Then it was before that, I don't even remember the name of what we were using before this, because nobody uses it anymore. And then we found StreamYard, and it's like, man, this thing rocks, and it's amazing. So it's not just what we're teaching you, it's watch what we're actually doing in our business and watch how we're doing it. So maybe those are 3 learning paths. And that's also a way that you can protect yourself, because if you're trying to learn from somebody, or you're paying attention to somebody, are they doing what they're telling you they're doing? Are they, that's your first alarm bell that should go on. If somebody's trying to sell you something that you can't see them doing, then maybe a little alarm bell should go off. I don't know. It does for me. I look back for just real simple example. When video was first starting, and Mike Stewart and I came out with Website Video Secrets, we didn't come out with Website Video Secrets until after we had used website video for like a year and figured out a ton of stuff. We were really on the cutting edge. But I saw all these people talking about video and teaching about video and even selling courses about video where I had never once ever seen them do a video. And I was like, I don't understand why people aren't just immediately saying, you guys aren't it. Where's your video? That was kind of my thing. I would say to people, where's their video? Where are their results? We're making video and I'm showing you statistics of what's happening. People looking, conversion, all this good stuff. And so that's another thing. So what are they doing? How are they doing it? And what are they actually teaching you? And are they actually doing it themselves? So it's just one last little thing to pay attention to. So bring us home, Stu.
Yeah, my advice is get in there and just do something. Pick a wizard and go nuts.
Go do something.
Come up with 5 different headlines for products that you sell. Or 5 different titles for something of an article that you may have already published. You're just going to change the article title, see what happens.
Yeah,
right? Just play around with that, and then that'll get your feet wet, and then you can jump right in. Some of my favorite ones I've been using lately is the Hidden Persuasion Wizard. Pumps out a whole article for you that helps you sell a specific product. The Quote Wizard is something really cool that just blew up my internet recently using the Quote Wizard. I got a couple more ideas I'm going to throw in there this week. So, just have a plan and know that, there's an answer for it in the Jim Edwards method process. That there's a wizard for that. I guarantee it.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have time to answer this today, but Stu, let's make a note. This is what I want to do our episode on next time.
Okay.
Sharon just asked a question. I think this is where my imposter syndrome comes in. How can I help others when I do not have the results yet that I'm wanting? And I know the answer to that. And I have a very good answer to that will change your life. So
tune in next week.
Make a note, because this is going to be the topic next week. Just like I think it was Tracy, her question became the topic this week of the Jim and Stu show. This is just remember, Stu, this is what we're going to do. Okay.
Got it.
That's your job.
Got it.
There you go. Peter says, love the Quote Wizard. I love the Quote Wizard too. It's amazing. And so anyway, great thoughts today, everybody. Great participation. Please share this with your friends, tag somebody, help us to, if you enjoy what we're doing and you think it's helpful, please help us to help more people. That's all I ask. Maybe tag somebody, share this, forward it. And we do the Jim and Stu show every Tuesday, barring national holidays, natural disasters. Oh, Wednesdays. Sorry. And I don't know if we're definitely going to do it next Wednesday. Isn't the Wednesday after that the week of Thanksgiving, or is that 2 weeks? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I got a couple weeks.
Okay. So definitely next week around 9:00 Eastern, we will bust a move on that. And that's all we got. So thanks, everybody. If you're not a member of the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook, you should be, because it will help you to have amazing results. You can get feedback on your copy and actually be in a community of people that's helpful, as opposed to people just trying to sell you stuff all the time. So everybody have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.